You finally speak up for yourself, but then you end up backtracking, over apologizing, shrinking your needs so that the other person feels comfortable. And then you walk away feeling resentful, disappointed in yourself, and like your values don't matter. So this is where self-respect effectiveness comes in, and it's one of the interpersonal effectiveness DBT skills, and it's called the FAST skill. It's really about one thing. It's about keeping respect for yourself. It's not about winning arguments. It's about leaving a conversation with your dignity intact, regardless of the outcome. So there's basically 3 parts of interpersonal effectiveness in DBT. And the one is the FAST skill, which is about self-respect. You've got the Dear Man skill, which is about getting what you want. And you've got the Give skill, which is about keeping the relationship positive. And it's like, if you think of it of a 3-legged stool, if you only focus on getting what you want and keeping the other person happy, you might sacrifice your self-respect. And then the whole thing collapses. So you might win, but you might feel like crap. So all 3 are areas that you can work on. And in this particular video, I talk about the FAST skill. Okay, so we start with the F, which stands for be fair. And that means being fair to yourself as well as to the other person in the conversation. Your needs and your feelings are just as valid as their needs and feelings. The important thing here is to validate yourself, saying to yourself, you know what, my request is valid and I have a reason for it. I have a right to be here and to ask for whatever it is that you're asking. So I'll give you a good example and a bad example. So a bad example of using it might be, okay, there's a last slice of pizza and you're super hungry and you're just like, you know what, you can have it. I wasn't that hungry anyway. Yet you're starving and like you're drooling and you're just like, you know what, you have it. I didn't want it. A good example would be, there's a last piece of pizza. How about we split it? Because I am hungry and splitting it would just be fair. So that's the F. And then the A stands for no apologies. No over apologizing. I know I'm guilty of this. So no apologizing for existing, for making a reasonable request, for having needs and feelings. No looking ashamed, head down, shoulders slumped. Your body language communicates self-respect or lack of it before you even say a word. Don't apologize for something that isn't wrong. Like, sorry to bother you, but you're not a bother. All right. So examples of this are like, oh, I'm so sorry. I know you're super busy, but could you maybe, if it's not too much trouble, better example would be, hey, do you have 5 minutes to go over this with me? And a story. Then the S stands for stick to your values. Don't sell yourself out. Don't sell out your core values or dignity for short-term comfort or just to avoid conflict. Ask yourself, what is a moral line that you will not cross? What do you truly believe in? So this is about values, not about stubbornness and, it's not about being right. It's about being you, sticking to what you believe in. So a bad example would be laughing at a super offensive joke just because everyone else is, even if you find it really offensive, actually. And a better example would be, even if you say quietly, I just didn't really find that funny when that offensive joke is told. So finally, we come to the T, which is be truthful. What does that mean? It means don't lie, don't over-exaggerate, don't act like you're helpless when you know that you're perfectly capable. People with BPD are some of the most capable, strong people that I know. What lying does is it gives away your self-respect. So every time you are dishonest to make a situation easier, you're telling yourself and you're telling the universe, my truth isn't good enough. You're also giving away your power. It's inviting other people to solve your problems for you. And it just sort of reinforces that narrative of incompetence. And like I say, people with BPD are some of the most competent people that I know. Yeah, an example would be, my dog ate my homework. I don't know. Or, yeah, I don't know how to use this technology. A better example would be, I'm learning this system, just give me some time until I wrap my head around it. Or, do you know what? I didn't have time to finish that task. I underestimated the time that it would take, and I'll give it to you by tomorrow. End of story. So this, as with all things, is a skill, and skills take practice. You won't be perfect at it immediately. Start small. Before a difficult conversation, review these points. How will I be fair? How will I avoid apologizing unnecessarily? What values do I have? What values am I bringing into this conversation? How will I be truthful? And after conversation, reflect. How truthful was I? How did that go for me? Did I stick to my values? Was I fair to myself and to the other person? Did I not apologize unnecessarily? So the FAST skill is a commitment to show the same respect for yourself that you may be showing to other people. It's not about controlling another person's reactions. It's about being able to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, I was true to myself. And that's a win, no matter what. Your needs are valid. You deserve to take up space. Your voice matters. And let the FAST skill be your guide to remembering that. Which letter of FAST do you think is the most challenging for you? Share your comments below. Let's support each other. And don't forget to subscribe for more skills to build a life worth living, one respectful interaction at a time.
Took control, run the game. Best believe I'm shining, dog. Counting up my wins. Yeah, I love it when they count me out. Off the leash, of the chain.